Hello, Internet. My name is John Kulas. I am a 20-year professor of industrial and organizational psychology. I am a 10-year user of R for its seemingly intended purpose of statistical applications. And for the last 6 or 7 years, I've been using R in addition to those statistical applications. I've been using R to author things like websites and technical reports and academic papers. And every week we get together. When I say we, I mean myself and some collaborators who also use R as a platform to author things. And we just collectively work on these authoring projects with the hopes of maybe expanding the network of people who are interested in using platforms such as R to author things such as presentations. What you're looking at here is authored with R, or academic papers or websites or dashboards. Really, it's kind of almost limitless. Anything you can write, you can do with this platform. So the way that this is structured is we'll go ahead and recap what happened last week. Now, last week we didn't get as far as we wanted to get. That sometimes happens because we're live coding and don't always fully vet out the proposed solutions all that well before we go live. Occasionally happens that we're not gonna come to a solution on that week. But so last week we were trying to get a PDF report off of Shiny app and ran out of time. So this week hopefully we'll finish that up. But also this week we have something that kind of came up just recently here, and it's related to the co-host of our weekly session here. So we'll bring him on with his celebratory intro.
Hey, hello.
Hey Diego,
What's up?
how's it going?
Pretty good. Very productive week.
Yeah, that's good. Um,
Yeah.
well, one of the I don't want to speak for you, but one of the things that we're going to be doing is probably related to your productive week, because I know you're going to be giving a talk on Thursday, right?
Yep. About my dissertation. Pretty much the
So
same as I did on the defense, but not sure if I'll be able to show them the Shiny app.
yeah, so I thought so because that kind of came up recent just today actually. I thought we would add it to our short-term focal issue, and we could maybe walk through kind of what we do weekly with these slides in terms of everyone, well, you're familiar with the crafting of the slides themselves, but I've been doing most of the putting up and making available for other people. And so I thought we could maybe walk through that part of it, just the publishing aspect of it, and see
Yeah.
if yeah, and see if maybe that's something that might work for you for your particular job talk. Because we can embed a Shiny app in there too. We can publish the Shiny app the same way.
That'll be cool. And
Yeah.
if not, it would be nice just to host the app and then I can just, um, yeah, just share the link. Because I thought it was going to be on my laptop, so I would just show them the app there. But now I'm going to be using some other person's laptop, which I assume is not going to have R or any of this. So yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
have to host it somewhere.
Yeah. And so I think that's a like fantastic application for one of the reasons people might want to use this suite of products, because we can you don't need R. Once they're published, they're HTML files or they're Shiny apps. They'll
Hmm.
be hosted and you could access them with any browser. So I think that's right up the alley of what we're going to want to do. So we'll spend some time on there. And then there was a link that I put in. I think I might have shared it with you, Diego, but there's a link that actually did something very similar to what we've been trying to do with getting a PDF to generate off of a dashboard. And it looked like it was fairly straightforward. I tried it on my local machine and it worked fine. So we should be able to take that shell of a script and just port over the elements that we're missing to get our dashboard to download a PDF, and I think we'll use that resource, that example that I found. We'll use that as the main example to kind of build off of when we're crafting our own script. Okay, so let's go ahead and do a quick recap of what happened last week.
Well, that mighty monarch of the seas, the SS Andalusia, is plowing on her way to Pottsylvania, home of the mysterious mooseberry bush. Little does Bullwinkle know as he basks in the sunshine that right beside him is the very bush our heroes are seeking, disguised as Sir Thomas Lippenboris' Uncle Chomley.
Nice day, ain't it? Must be beef. I say it's a nice day! He ain't beef, but he's pretty dumb.
Meanwhile, Rocky has started for a turn around the deck with Sir Thomas and Lady Alice, who bear a striking resemblance to his old enemies, Boris and Natasha.
Come on, Sir Thomas. This sea air's wonderful.
I say, slow down a bit, old plum pudding. We must catch a spot of bread, eh, what?
Okay. How's this?
But the pace that Rocky set was still too fast for the spies, and as much as they wanted to get near him, he was always just a little too far ahead.
You see Andalusia's there again, Diego?
Who's there?
The Andalusia. It was the SS Andalusia.
Oh, the ship's still there. Andalusia.
Well, you say it a lot nicer. So last week, I already alluded to it, but we didn't quite finish on the success that we wanted to. So we'll make sure to close that out. But the download button aspect of the report was fairly easy. Oops, sorry, I'm jumping around with my mouse scroll again. And then the bit of code that we still need to work on is the chunk in the server component of the script. And so the download handler aspect of this is what we need to expand a little bit. And one of the things they did, Diego, that we didn't do was they were working with temp directories that shouldn't be important on our local machines, but it might be important once we start to host this somewhere to actually specify where everything is located and where it goes and where you grab it from and where you send it. Not so much where you send it to, but where you grab it from, because we're going to be dealing with this child document, the RMD. So I think once we add that, I think we'll probably be okay. Knock on wood. Last week I said something similar and it didn't work for us. So we're trying to get, this is our dashboard that the last few weeks we've been working on. It has a slider that filters the data, small data set, 10 in there with a complete data set. But we can filter it based on age, which is our only quantitative variable here in this data set. ID, remember, is just an index number. It looks like it's a quantitative number, but that's just the row number of these cases here. We have a histogram, and then we were able to download the histogram, the filtered histogram, a couple weeks ago. We were able to download the data file, filtered data file. If this was 2 weeks ago for the histogram, that would have been 3 weeks ago for the data file itself. And then what we're actually trying to do is to get the report itself. Diego, I've been reading up on Shiny a little more, and Hadley Wickham, who has the Mastering Shiny book that we're using, that's a helpful resource. I didn't realize it, but when I read his chapter on uploading and downloading a little more carefully, he's suggesting that we use TSV files instead of CSV files, and the T is just tab separated instead of comma separated, and it's because of the European convention. So you're originally from Spain, right, Diego?
Yeah. So
the European convention of using a comma instead of a period, and a period instead of a comma, right? So like if I were to say 10.05.
Oh yeah.
Here it's 10.05, but in Europe,
in Spain it would be 10,5.
Yeah. So he was recommending instead of CSVs, which, as long as I've been using R, I've been using almost exclusively CSVs. Anyway, it's something to consider. So no matter what your separator is, there's going to be potential for something to get in there that's meaningful when you think it's a separator. So as I already mentioned, we did the data fine, we did the figure fine, and what we need to do this week is the report. And so I think this is the link, should be the link to, yeah, this is a one. Whoops, look at all my spam showing up here. This is the helpful reference that is a small Shiny script, and then it's got a very small RMD associated with it. They use parameters. I don't think we need to use parameters. We can, but they kind of incorporated their filtering using parameters. Again, the way that we have our app structured, I'm guessing we probably don't need to do that. But that'll be fun. We'll get into that hopefully after we talk a little bit about job talks, because I think we could spend a week just on this alone. This is something that I'm sure other people are going to find useful. I think one of these weeks we probably did cover these sorts of slide presentations, the sorts that we're actually doing. The sorts that we're actually doing are called Reveal.js slides, and these are the ones that are accessible in an HTML format. You can do PowerPoints as well. You can do PDF slides as well. The HTML stuff, regardless of what it is, and this applies to slides as well, it's just so flexible with the kind of modifications that you can make, and it's so dynamic in response to things like sizing of windows. I don't know. Unless there's a good reason to deviate, I think staying with that Reveal.js is, I've been loving it, actually. I've been really liking it quite a bit. And then I put a link on here to a slide deck that Allison Hill came up with. And Allison Hill is a name that I'm very familiar with, because a lot of the learning that I've done using R as an authoring platform comes from materials that she has generously put out there and just made available to people. Now, she used this is from 2018, so she used a Jerningen template for this, and if you hit the H button, you can see that it has all of the old Jerningen kind of helper features that Diego we're probably used to from using that format quite a bit. But she's got some recommendations on here too, and it's just some examples of things like moving files, and then you get into visuals and code, and she just always does a fantastic job with presentations in particular, and kind of gussying them up so they look really impressive. And so the other thing I'm thinking is, there's a meme that says "Death by PowerPoint." Have you seen that, Diego? The "Death by PowerPoint" meme?
No, but I'm guessing it's similar to this. People just get bored by it.
Yeah, it is similar to this. And actually, I'm not sure. Since this was a late edition, I went through a few different visuals. I'm not sure if this is the one that's published or not. If people watch this and go to the comments, there's always going to be a hyperlink to the slide deck. So I'm not sure if I updated it or not. But I think one way to maybe avoid that death by PowerPoint is to do something a bit more dynamic. And again, the interactive capability, even if you just look at the code, right? So let's just look at the code chunk that we have here. I mean, there are interactive elements in here, not just the highlighting, but also the hovering if you want additional information. Now, there's not a ton of additional information that's available on these hovers, but honestly, it's little things like this that can really kind of help sidestep, I guess, maybe that death by PowerPoint. I mean, everyone's been so overexposed to those things at this point. Although, Diego, I thought what did you use for your dissertation defense? Because I thought that visually that was a nice presentation. You had some like moving slides on there, and you had some like unique elements on there, I remember. Your couple early opening slides in particular.
Moving elements. Yeah, I mean, that's just the first slide has like a little video, right?
Yeah.
But other than that, I just did a basic PowerPoint one. I'm like, nothing too fancy.
Okay. But I mean, students occasionally use, I think Canva maybe has a presentation deck, but they were using, I don't know. There were a bunch of fancy ones that kind of have more dynamic elements to them. But this is another way to kind of do something similar and get away from PowerPoint a little bit, is to use some of those Quarto specifications. Okay. So Diego, I think let's split this up. Um, let's split this up. Do you want to share for, well, are you up for doing like a shell job talk and then us getting it hosted so anyone can access it via a link? And we can do that with your app as well.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Let's see. Want me to share screen?
Yeah, I think so.
So this was the original one I had, and the Shiny app is down here.
Okay.
But when I run it, it's HTML, it seems like, and it doesn't read the images or. Oh, the app actually looks like it works.
Well, now that's impressive because I have when I do these weekly slides, they are oh, that's not a presentation. That's part of the reason. That's just an HTML file.
So I would just change it here, like
Yeah.
that.
No, I think what you want is reveal JS. And yeah, see what that looks like.
I think when I tried this, then the Shiny app didn't work.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing too. So I think there's a way around that. Um, and then the other thing that it uses that it looks like you don't have, Diego, is each slide is identified by a single hash header or a double hash header. So right there where you have introduction on line 12, is that, yeah, the
Yeah,
double hash. Each time you have a double hash should be a new slide.
yeah,
So
I
it
have
looks
double
like,
slash for everything.
well, you do? Then I don't know why
Yeah,
it's not. Okay. Well, let's take a look at your rendered document again because that looked a little funny.
yeah, it was an HTML again. You have to change here something.
Okay, so something's not picking up. That's okay. We can come back to that. But that's should we get your figures figured out first? Like what's going on there?
So the figures, they're images. They're here in the image folder,
Okay.
and I'm calling it there.
Yeah.
And then here, it should be, the intro pic should be there. But I don't know why it's not showing up.
Uh so usually when you're not case sensitive consistently with things like the extension, it still shows up in the preview window, but it won't show up in the published document. But it looks to me like you got big PNG in the script on line 29 and you got small PNG in your environment. Is that right?
Hmm, maybe that's it.
Well, try to render it and let's take a look. Like I said, usually the preview is not sensitive to that, but again, with these different versions of our studio and packages that we have, still not coming up.
No, it should be here.
Well, it's reading in your preview.
Maybe I
Okay.
just need to close and open it again.
Yeah, you can try that, but it looks like we might be spending a little more time on this than we thought we would. You want to, Diego?
How about
Can
we
we?
create a new one? Maybe
Well,
I create a new Quarto presentation.
yeah, but okay. So one of the things I too is we're in the visual editor, right? Because there's
Yeah.
no. Can we just look in the source for a second and see if something looks funny?
Okay, we're in the source now.
Is anything in your presentation tab in your lower right hand pane? I wonder if what we were seeing that was popping up was something that's maybe more directly relevant for the visual editor.
Um, what do you mean?
In the in your where we normally look at files, there's a presentation tab up there. It
Oh,
says
here.
packages. Yeah, there's nothing there, huh? Okay, so usually when we do that reveal JS, it actually shows up. Maybe get rid of the Jupyter. You don't need the Jupyter, right? Are you doing any Python in here?
No.
Let's just get rid of that. I wonder. And then, yeah, get rid of the line 4. And then let's get rid of the code fold for now. We can come back and put it on. But if we just take that line 5 and move it up on line 4 after format, then we have a pretty simplified YAML. Should we try it with the simplified YAML?
Yeah.
And if nothing else, it should look like a presentation. It's just weird.
How about we just create one? Here, reveal JS, right? Or do I change it to PowerPoint?
No, I think let's do a reveal. Those PowerPoints, the formatting of them in terms of customized formatting, if you want it to look special or nice, it seems to me less kind of forgiving as the reveal. Well, now
Okay.
it looks fine.
Okay, now let's just put the here.
Well, just out of curiosity, Diego, do you want to take everything underneath the YAML and just see if we can paste it in to see if... I'm curious if
Try that.
what was going on with your previous one, if it was in our YAML specification or if it's something down below that maybe conflicted with it or something.
Might be the Shiny app.
When I'm... it for sure... Oh, you know what? I bet it's the shiny in the YAML. I bet that's it. So if we went back to your old script and took the server shiny statement out of the YAML, I bet we'd get this. But I don't know why it's interacting with. See, your images are coming up fine here, right?
Yeah, but the Shiny is not. This is the same thing that happened when I was trying to prepare this for the fence. It gave me this thing, so that's why I don't know what I did.
But we can get around that. I know that's a limitation to this format. We can get around it two different ways. The immediate way is we can host that shiny app elsewhere. And we're gonna have to do this because you said you're not gonna be able to use your machine anyway, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's the solution we got to use for your job talk. So can you take that? Well, let's a few things here. So can you go to the previous file that you had where it wasn't rendering as a slide deck? The one that was
This one.
coming up funny? Yeah, just get rid of the runtime shiny on line 5. That's got to be what was screwing us up. And now it should render as a slide deck. But I'd be curious if it also now pulls in your images, which is...
Yeah, there we go.
Whoa, that... So it seems like the server was maybe delaying the full rendering of the document a little bit. I don't know. That's bizarre. Okay. But that's good to know. So Diego, let's take... Can we take just the chunk that has the app that the Shiny app that you're making? Can we put that in its own R script and
Yeah.
just run that and just isolate that? Because then we can publish it. And what I was thinking was it would be if we could walk through just that publishing process of how to access it, how to host it somewhere, and then be able to access it.
Okay, I'll call it app.
Yeah, I think if you call it app.r, then the RStudio environment automatically recognizes it, and it'll...
Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it recognizes as an app because I have this call there. And now to host it.
Well, so run it. So run it, and let's see if we get the app that you want.
Yeah, that's important. So yeah.
Okay.
Very,
yeah, now to
very
host
cool.
it. Yeah, you got to show this for that job talk for sure.
Yeah, lots of impression management.
Well, it's neat. I mean, it would have been neat to put this in your paper somehow, but it'll be good if you can, in addition to your defense, if you can also kind of leverage it in a job talk, that'd be good. So you're gonna want to open that, I think, Diego. You want to keep that app open.
Open. It's already open.
I thought you closed it. Where is it?
The app is there.
No, yeah, not the
Oh.
script, the app itself.
Oh.
Because that's what we're gonna want to publish. So there's a little
Here.
publish button, and then let's go slow with this. So, because this can be a pain in the butt if you don't have it set up. Alicia and I were working on something. I don't remember what it was, but I had my laptop, and I'm like, I don't really want to go through this setting up in order to be able to publish because I have it set up on this computer that's in my office, where I don't get anything done. I have it all set up, so let's go slow through this. So I can't see because my stupid little company symbol is covering it up, but it looks like it says manage accounts and then something on top of manage accounts.
Publish application.
Oh, yeah, publish application. And we'll see if maybe you're already set up, or maybe walk us through what those windows say, Diego, because they're kind of small.
So here it says publishing content requires updated versions of the following packages: POC-RAT and RS Connect. You want to install these packages now? Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So we're gonna use Posit's kind of built-in publishing features. These are fine unless you need like a commercial URL to show, because it'll have, it'll say like posit dot whatever. Or if you look in the comments right now of, let's see if I can pull it up. Yeah, if you look at the URL for the slides, it says the URL is bookdown.org. Now it doesn't bother me because it's just these weekly slides. But if you're giving like a big talk representing your company or something, you might want to change that URL. Um,
Okay, the packages were installed. I'm gonna try again.
okay. So there
Oh,
and there
we just need to
and there's a
connect our
different.
studio. So I have this pop up now. Showed up. It says to publish content, you first need to connect RStudio to an account on the service you want to publish to. Once you've authorized this computer to publish content to an account, you can publish anytime without re-entering your credentials. Okay.
Yeah, this is the real pain in the butt part. And so I think at some point what we'll do is we'll have one of these sessions. We'll just walk through this. Every time I do this, I forget stuff. So I'm not sure how helpful I'm going to be, Diego. But when we do the app itself, I think we want to use the shinyapps.io. Now, I usually publish these slides on the Posit Connect, the second option, but for an app specifically, you want to do it on this one. And hopefully there'll be a better kind of wizard to walk us through, but in the past you've had to like search for keys on your computer, and there's all kinds of computer terminology that I don't understand. But I say just try Shiny Apps and we'll see how far we can get with it.
Okay. Go to your account on Shiny Apps and log in. Click your name, then choose tokens from your account menu. Click show on the token you want to use, then show secret and copy to clip or paste the result here. Okay. Let's see.
So this is a little better. They're actually giving you a hyperlink. And like I said, this would be a good week in and of itself, just us walking through this, or maybe getting someone else to join us who isn't currently set up. Once you get this set up, it's slick. It's really slick. It's just a push button. You say, "Yep, I want to publish." But the setup.
The link takes me to a blank page.
Okay. Well, maybe open up a browser and paste that link into the browser.
Okay. Can't really copy.
If you select the whole first sentence, there you go. Getting fancy.
Okay.
Still can't access it?
Okay, I guess I need to. There's sign up. Not sure if I already have one.
Well, we'll find out. Probably not on this one. They don't seem to be linked. So the Posit Connect, you probably do have one. On here, you probably don't. You want me to hide you while you do your password? Here,
Yeah.
I'll play some more stuff while you do your password here.
See this balloon, Jen? I'm gonna burst it, but I'm not gonna tell you when. Do you feel stressed, Jen? Jen, look at that. That's your peace of mind. It's gonna go bang. Do you feel stressed now, Jen? Do you? Evidently not.
Oh, he's still.
So here I am.
Oh, you're in. Okay.
Okay, let's see what were the
So can you
instructions.
walk us through what you? So when I was kind of trying to hide your password there, Diego, all you did was set up a username and a password. Is that correct?
Yeah,
Okay. And now they want something from inside that.
yeah. Click your name, then choose tokens from your account menu. Okay. My name, tokens. Okay, now what? Click show on the token you want to use, then show secret and copy to clipboard. Okay. Maybe you'll need to show another of those clips so they don't see the secret.
Oh, okay. I'll get something here.
Does your dig that? No? Oh. Let's dig it. I thought you said your dog did not bite.
That is not my dog.
Okay, I got it. Paste there. Oh, they want me to copy it exactly as it is. Damn it.
Okay.
Now
Well, that's all right. I can show more of my clips here.
You're going the wrong way! What? You're going the wrong way! He says we're going the wrong way. Oh, he's drunk. How would he know where we're going? Yeah, how would he know? Thank you. Thanks a lot. Terrific. Thank you. What a moron.
Also, I think if I publish, it's going to publish everything in the repository instead of just the app.
No, there's an option. So there's an option actually. Well, it's smart enough. It'll know the source files in your case, because you have like data as well. It should be able to pull everything it needs or the minimum. So I think you're going to be okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think we have to worry too much. I can't see anything of what you just copied there.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on. It's not letting me do the thing.
Okay, well, the way we used to have to set this up was actually through global options. So there's a second way to do it as well, if this doesn't work. I can't really see exactly what's going on, so I don't know that I can help out. Are we just not sure where to paste that key?
I think it wants me to copy the whole thing. Like that.
I think yeah, it looks more like a console command than a terminal command, doesn't it?
Oh, here it is. Is this what it wanted me to do?
Well, that to me looks like you're already connected. So I think what you did was correct. It wanted that full code to be pasted into the console. So when you were in the helper
Oh, look, it's
website.
deploying.
Okay. But when you were in the helper website, Diego, and you copied that entire code, the beginning of it said something. It looked like a R command, didn't it? It said like R render or something, or connect render.
Yeah, RS connect.
Okay.
Okay, but it failed.
Why did it fail?
Error in Quarto inspect. It's not a valid Quarto input document. But we're not using Quarto, right? This is just a Shiny app.
Well, it shouldn't matter on the one that we're trying to publish to.
Yeah.
You know, I have gotten errors like that before, but it's usually a package incompatibility thing with what they have on their server. So
I think I'm
if
just
we
going
look at
to. There, I'm just going to create a.
Are you worried about all the dissertation stuff being up on that repo and that maybe being public?
No, it's just that, yeah, I don't know, it's giving Quarto error even though we're just using Shiny app. So I'm just going to create its own project.
Okay. I'm going to step away for 2 seconds. I'll be right back.
Yep.
And then the other thing we can do if we still have a problem with this is we can try to connect you to Posit Connect, and maybe that makes the second hosting site a little easier once we get Posit Connect connected. But I'm really thinking just intuitively that if we're getting an error with deployment, that it might be a package thing.
Yeah, I still get the same error even though we're not using Quarto here.
Okay.
Just
Can
saying
we
error in
let,
Quarto inspect.
well, let's Google that because that's at least something. Was that Quarto inspect with a capital I inspect? Is that right?
Yeah. And parentheses. Like if it's a function.
I wonder if we just need to restart, the R session. I'm getting okay. So someone else has had the same error. It looks like we're on the same page. Fixed it by changing the name of the app to app.r. But yours is already called app.r, right?
Yeah.
Well, no, Diego. It's called appdissertation.r. Can we change the name of it just to app.r?
Sure.
So that's nice to know though too, because we were talking about that earlier. When you do when you put app in there, then it seems like RStudio, like that's a keyword for RStudio to recognize. as it's a shiny app itself. But yeah, this might be similar to, when we host stuff on GitHub, when we publish on GitHub, it wants whatever the root thing is that we're trying to publish needs to be called an index. It's possible that we're looking at something similar here.
This seems to be working. That's such a weird error.
Well, yeah. Remember, we're using these free, and by the way, it's free as long as the number of user hours are under. So there's a bunch of different parameters within which what we're doing is going to be, fine, free. Actually, I got a little worried about that the other day because the way that I have my website, and every time I've done a website, I've done the same thing. And this is the old way that it used to be done using blog down, but it sounds like the process is the same using the new Quarto platform, is that it's easiest to mirror to Netlify, which is a free service. And then from Netlify, you can take that, I'm sorry, not easiest to render and publish to Netlify. And then you take that and mirror what Netlify is displaying. You can mirror that to your commercial URL. And so that's what I do. And I'm like, well, it seems like it's not the most efficient process, but whatever, it is what it is. And then I heard a horror story of someone whose site got spammed and just had, like, I don't know, I'm just making up a number, but had 1 million visitors over the course of a week, right? And then Netlify sent them a bill for like $10,000 or something because it went over the agreed upon number of visits that you're allowed with that free account.
Oh boy.
So
that is scary.
That was very scary. Yeah. I don't know what I would do if I got a $10,000 bill like that. So that looks like something happened, Diego.
So it seems that it did publish it. I'm just not sure if it So now
I think you're going to want to log into the site where we set this all up, and from that site you should be able to see what you have and grab the URL. It's a bit wonky, but it's a lot easier using if we're not doing the shiny apps, it's a lot easier and more straightforward.
Here it is running. So now to get the URL, just go here.
I don't know, it's too small, I can't see. But if you copy that and put it in the chat, maybe put it in the public chat in the comments, we can see if we can get some verification that it works. Nope, that's the private chat, Diego. The top one is
Yeah,
the public.
I'm gonna.
I got you. I got you. Okay. Yeah, so I just went there and it works fine for me.
You can see the app and everything. That's pretty cool. So it's up there. Thursday's gonna work.
Yeah. So now, here's what I do in my slide decks: is if you navigate to that app, or even just locally, if you find it locally, I just take a snip of it. You know how you and I use the snip function a lot on computers to just get a picture?
Oh, I just closed the app. Does it still work on your end?
Yeah, it's up there now. It'll work for anybody that has a URL. That's why we're using that specific shiny.
I'm gonna send it to Katrina. Let's see.
You don't believe me. Let's see if someone else can pop in. If anyone else is watching,
could
you please
enter rate reliability?
If anyone is watching and has the capability of making a comment, can you see if Diego's link works for you, please? So Diego, if you take a screenshot of that, is what I've been doing on these. even if you go to your current slide deck, there is a static representation of this app that's on there. You can probably get it from there. And so the
Here
only
on my
thing,
presentation.
yeah. But in the rendered HTML slide deck itself, not in the script. So if you go ahead and knit or render this, and then we go to that slide, we just need a screenshot of that slide. And the other thing, Diego, I know that we have, I don't think that, oh. Huh. Okay. Well, we can work on that too, because I have it enabled on mine. So the shiny elements aren't fully, the shiny elements aren't enabled, but the app itself is represented as a static image. And I know that people are working on, I saw actually a talk given at one of the POSIT conferences where they just announced the deployment of a Shiny Live, I think it's called Shiny Live, something like that, where you can integrate it within these, and it does work. But for just a talk, I think it's fine just hosting it, especially if you're not going to be changing that app, right? That app, it is what it is, right? You don't think you're going to need to tweak it. If you,
No.
yeah, then there's no reason not to just host it then. But can you just recreate the app, rerun the app, and take a screenshot of it, Diego? That's all I'm looking for, is just a snap, just an image.
Okay. Like this.
Yeah, that's fine. Or however you want it to look, you can come back and change that. Remember, because that's a dynamic window, if you wanted it to have less bottom space, you could just squeeze it together a little bit. It doesn't really matter. But save that. Oops. Sorry. So what does matter is you're going to want to save that snip. Yeah, that looks better probably. So save that in your image folder.
This one.
Yeah, is this your presentation folder or repo?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, put it in there.
They call it like app or something.
Yeah, whatever you want. Because then we'll make a new, in your slide deck, right now on line 65 through, that's all your shiny stuff.
Yeah.
I'd just get rid of it unless you need to keep it. If you need to keep it, just put an eval equals false on there. But so then it's just that exclamation point square bracket.
Yeah. Wait.
You and your caps locks, Diego. We're gonna have to like have an intervention for the extent to which you use those cap locks. I think it needs to be regular parens, not the curly brackets. Let's see. Now, before we hyperlink it, maybe just see if it renders. Now, the thing about hyperlinking these images is some of that CSS that we've been using to control where things go so nicely on these slides, right? The dot absolute specification. It goes away when we hyperlink the way that I have been hyperlinking. I think there's another way around it. But then, Diego, if you just highlight everything on 65. So if you highlight everything on 65 and then just square bracket, so we're kind of double using the square bracket thing. Square bracket around that. Now double start and end parenthesis on this. Now here you're going to put your new Shiny app URL. And then we should get both the image, and then the image is now a hyperlink.
I remember it when we did this for the ICC stuff.
Yep. Yeah, and I've been doing that in the slides here as well. Like I said, the one the one drawback to using that method is you lose, as far as I can tell, oh, Alicia, thanks, Alicia. Alicia actually commented, Diego, your app is working. So.
Oh, thank you, Alicia.
Now the thing about this, Diego, is you're going to need an internet connection, but that's.
Oh, now, yeah, they have one, yeah.
And so, by the way, anyone that's watching, so we were going to do a PDF report off of our Shiny dashboard, and then we kind of had a last minute change of plans with Diego giving a job talk on Thursday in 2 days. So good luck, Diego. I'm sure everyone's wishing you good luck.
Thanks.
But one of the unique things about this is they want him to use their equipment. And so this is a perfect opportunity to put into play some of these principles that we've been talking about with using these R-based tools to create something like a presentation deck. And I think I got a fruit fly here. And so what Diego's going to bring to his job talk isn't PowerPoints on a flash drive or even PowerPoints hosted on some cloud service. He's just going to bring a URL that anyone in the world could access, and that URL is going to have his presentation deck with a bunch of interactive elements if he wants. So, that we can't get full, we can, but the way that we're doing it right now, we're not doing full Shiny capabilities within the slide deck itself. What we're doing is we're linking to a hosted site that has a Shiny server with full functionality on it, which is fine. But so I think it's kind of a neat opportunity, like I said, to put into place some of the principles and concepts and ideals that we've been talking about. Did it render okay, Diego?
No, I don't see the hyperlink.
Well,
Do I have to maybe remove HTML?
No, it should be okay. What's going on if you render it?
You see, I'm clicking it, but it doesn't.
Okay. Yeah, let's see the script again. Can you blow up your window a little bit? Thanks.
I saw this one.
Yeah, that looks like the way I've been getting them to work. The URL is good. Just if you just paste that into a browser, that's fine.
Yeah. See.
Okay. Do you still have that? Do you still have that temp slide deck open that we were going to work on when this one wasn't working? Remember before we took off the context server or the Shiny server element in the YAML? Can you imagine if someone comes into this conversation like at this point? My context Shiny server F of your YAML. Do you still have that other slide deck open, Diego? I'm just thinking, I wonder if we can just paste in a smaller document, since you got a lot going on here, just that hyperlink and see if we can get it to work.
Mm,
Do you have any like dead files in this repo that we can use? Any like test RMDs or QMDs?
um, mm, no.
You want to create one?
Okay. So just an R script?
I think just do another. Why don't you go through the wizard and do another Quarto Reveal JS presentation? Make sure it's saved in the same repo, and then we'll just add to it. We'll add your little image
Yeah,
folder.
this is the same thing. You see, it's just yeah.
I
There's
know, but what
nothing
I'm
different.
saying, Diego, is since you have so much other content in that one, what if we just isolated to the one thing we're trying to do?
So just copy this.
Sure. Still dead?
Yeah.
Okay. Huh. Can we get rid of the outermost square brackets and the URL, and let's just see if maybe we can redo it. Something funny's going on. It looks fine. Like, I wonder if it's just an
Maybe
odd
the
pasting or
square
something.
bracket is supposed to be here instead of here.
I don't think so, but you can try it. I really think it is just kind of how we typed it in. And sometimes the the visual feedback you're getting in the appearance that you have for RStudio, I think you have the Monokai as well. So that usually kind of picks up on square brackets, exclamation point, regular parentheses. Yours to me wasn't looking like it was exactly right. I just did one of these for tonight's slide decks. Let me see how mine looks. Yeah, it looks exactly like what you have. And actually, my visual feedback is off as well. I didn't notice that before. I think we're okay, I think you just need to redo it. So I think you need to, yeah, it's like occasionally when we're scripting things and it needs a tick or an apostrophe, you accidentally put the apostrophe in instead of the tick or vice versa. The one that usually gets me is I'll copy something from a word editor and I'll want to put it in as an R script, but depending on the font that's used in the word editor, if it is capable of different fonts. Diego, I say just do the whole thing over. Just get rid of the whole line and just start from scratch. See if we get the image first, and then double wrap it with the URL and see if we can get that hyperlink. But the one that gets me is apostrophes or quotes, double quotes and single quotes. Because sometimes they got that little curly, nice looking thing with a bigger ball on the end of it. Well, that sounds technical, doesn't it? But when that happens on a nice font, Yeah, oh wait, did we just have a URL in there, or did we have extra gunk?
There.
All right, try that. So anyway, if you have a fancy font, and it doesn't even need to be that fancy, like Times New Roman will do this and copy it. Sometimes it'll paste into we're using our studio as our coding environment. I don't know if the VS Code or other environments do the same, but in our studio, it'll be smart enough to read in those quotes, single quotes and double quotes as meaningful, and that really screws up code, or can screw up code. Still nothing?
No. Well, it's fine as long as the link is working, and I can just put it on my regular PowerPoint presentation.
No,
later.
that's not fine.
Yeah,
do you have to? Are you done? Do you have to go?
No.
All right,
I can put it like here somewhere.
There's always multiple ways to do this, so we're gonna figure out if that's. I don't know why that wouldn't work, but if it's, can you try a different image, Diego? Just why don't you try pulling an image like from the internet? Just find a picture of a cat or something and put it in instead of your image app.png. I don't know, maybe it's something with where it's actually stored. Or kangaroo or goofy. That's a good one. Huh. We might be able to do like some fencing as well. Getting sick of those fences, but
there we are, goofy.
but it still doesn't link. Still doesn't hyperlink.
No.
Can you try Goofy hyperlinked to a different website?
Yeah, it's a good idea. So maybe mine is still, in the internet ether.
I don't think it is.
Let's put it to the IT at Montclair.
Yeah, I'm seeing some people using fenced divs as well, so I think we'll try that if this doesn't work.
No hyperlink.
Okay, so it's something with you. That's weird. So I'm guessing it would probably work for me. Let me.
Yeah, want me to copy and paste this and put it on the private chat? And maybe you just copy and paste it on.
Yeah, I can.
See if it works for you.
Okay. I think we can also do. Can't. Can you copy from the chat? It's not letting me copy.
Send it to a private one too.
Okay. Yeah, that one works fine. Yeah, I'll just put this in at the end of our slide deck here. We'll see if it works. Because, yeah, that's telling us that it might be like a hardware software issue on your end. Let me do a quick presentation here. Sorry, Diego, I just booted you. But so all I did was I took this week's slide decks, which are here in my, you can see line 189 through 201. I just added a slide at the end that says Diego, and then I put in the code that you shared, Diego, and the hyperlink seems to work fine on that.
If
Is
I
that
need
where
a
you
package,
it? I mean, when's the last time you installed Quarto on your machine?
I don't know. It's
Or maybe even update R Markdown? To me, that's an R Markdown thing, the way that we coded it.
okay. I'll update our Markdown.
Yeah, that should be a pack in your packages folder. But yeah, that code works fine. The other thing we could do, if you don't want, if the updates don't work, is we could make those fence divs, those 3 colons. And if we surround it, but you know, that's, whoops. It's nice having a couple of machines that we can verify that kind of stuff. It's so frustrating when you script it and it looks like it's right, and you're not getting feedback that's telling you why it's not right. While you're doing that, I'm gonna do a quick Google here on why hyperlink might not work using that type of format. See. There's someone else having the same issue with revealed.js. It's due to, they say here it's due to an auto stretch feature. So Diego, if you go back to the script.
Yep.
On line 7 there, after study 1, can you do a curly bracket? No, I'm sorry,
Okay.
on the same line. And then dot, so period, no stretch. See if that does anything. See, the other little thing we're finding is we're having these little.
Oh, now it works.
Don't know if they're bugs or features, but we're finding these little conflicts. So it worked with the no stretch?
Yeah. Now I click
So
there. It takes me to the IT.
So should we try? Should we go back to the original file with everything in it the way we want it specified and just put a no? There you go. Well, that's an easier fix than having to use those fences. I'm not so keen on those fences.
Yay! There we go. It works.
Okay.
And then it seems that I need to have the emoji package installed there, or
Oh yeah, because I go overboard with emojis. That one's on GitHub, Diego. It's if you want to go into your console, it's install DevTools install. I'm sorry, no, it's DevTools first and then install _GitHub. Let me see. I think that's one of Hadley's. I think it's Hadley, like Hadley Wickham, Hadley, all lowercase. No, that's the Harry Potter version of Hadley. So instead of Hadwing, it's Ley. Why? Hadley, Hadley, /EMO. There you go. Okay. You must have it. You just don't have. Maybe you gotta.
Huh. Do I need it like in my um?
Well, it looks like it's not finding the R code specifically. So I wonder if that you have that Jupyter statement in there. Can you put an engine colon knitter KNITR on your YAML?
Yep.
1T, no E. There you go.
There we go.
Okay. Yeah. So since since our what used to be our studio is now Posit, since they want to be this platform where we can script in all kinds of different languages, there's some issues that come with that. One of the issues is sometimes we need to specify what language we're giving priority to.
Well, I have to go here now to have
Okay.
dinner with family.
All right, gotcha. It looks good, Diego. So
Yeah,
hopefully
very
you do.
helpful.
Okay, yeah. If you want any help with publishing the slide deck, just let me know and we can do that tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay. Thank
Okay,
you.
sounds good. Yep. And then next week we'll do the reports. We got it all figured out. We just need to have the time to do it. So sorry if you're here for the reports, but we'll get that next week. All right. See you, Diego.